at the time of recording this, the Angels have just signed right-handed reliever Kirby Yates to a 1-year, $5 million deal, pending a physical. So this is going to round out the Angels bullpen as far as I'm concerned. So you have Kirby Yates, Pomeranz, Robert Stevenson, Brock Burke, Romano, still Seth Fermin, Ryan Zefferjon, with Fermin at the possibility of being replaced with any of the guys from spring training. The only guy, actually, for me, may even get put in the minor leagues if we're still in the hunt for starting pitching, because of Alek Manoah possibly being in the bullpen as like kind of a swing guy, long reliever, like a 6-man, whatever. Also, in the full Anthony Rendon opt out is not 100% reported yet. All we know is that Anthony Rendon has just opted out of his deal, so his money is going to be deferred within 3 to 5 years. So he is going to split the money from 2026, 2027, 2028, 2029, 2030. So he's going to get paid during the lockout, unfortunately. But, it's fine. I mean, we don't have to deal with him anymore. He's going to retire. Hopefully this save will eventually update it, but it's fine. But there were also rumors about the Angels possibly trying to get Kazuma Okamoto, and I believe it's a good option. I mean, if we go to baseball reference, and if we look up Okamoto, it's live, by the way, it's not. I'm actually making a video, this is live. Okamoto. So he'll be entering his age 30 season, so it's basically you're buying a guy in his prime. So I'm assuming this is the playoffs. But last season, he got hurt or something like that, but he dominated. Put up easily the best season of his career. Walked just as much as he struck out. Displays power, 20 doubles, 15 homers. I'm assuming the defense is average at third base. He did not play the outfield. He played 52 games. He played 52 games at third base, 27 at first base. And let's see. Doesn't really have jets or anything like that, but hopefully he has some range to make up for his lack of stolen bases. But it's fine because he's, let's just say like his build isn't really made for stealing bases. We'll say that. Put it nicely. But are there options? Do include guys like Moncada and Arenado at third base as well. We also need an outfielder or two. I would prefer maybe if we got a guy like Lars Nootbaar with a guy like Arenado, because he can play all three outfield positions. Problem with Nootbaar, here's stats right here. Defense is still fine. He's still above average. Doesn't strike out at all. Sure, he may not hit the ball hard, but he still puts the ball into play, which is really good. I like that a lot. The thing with Nootbaar is his defense is kind of questionable. And for a guy who's mainly a left fielder, you don't want a guy like this, But the hitting peripherals are pretty good, though. I'll say that. He had a really down year. He put up a +3, +2. I mean, a really good arm. I mean, I think he got hurt, but like, here we'll look at I gotta reload on this. Or does it just not let me? Okay. That's fine too. But we have to know that because he's mainly been playing left field, so that's fine. And then the guy they're looking at is Moncada, who played last year. We could re-sign to a team-friendly deal. He wasn't. I mean, he wasn't really healthy, but at the same time, he put up a decent number of at bats at third base. His defense was awful though. They're the worst defensive third baseman in the league. But that's what I'm saying. Like, we need a guy like Arenado to like smooth out the defense. He struck out a ton and he didn't play any good defense. He was mainly there strictly for power, I guess. A guy like Arenado, he cuts on the strikeouts. He plays really good defense. Sure, he isn't the best runner, and we're kind of one of the slower teams in the league at base running, but that doesn't really matter because if we make up for that spot, because we need to get rid of Soler. Okay, Jorge Soler is quietly holding us back because we don't need to play him in left field. You know what I mean? Like, Matthew Lugo, I don't know why he's even there. Like, if we don't get another outfielder to play in front of Soler, like we'd be better off cutting him than actually playing him because he's gonna hurt the team. Like, he doesn't stay healthy. He doesn't play a position. I mean, if he does, he's not gonna be very good at it. He can't run the bases. He's getting older. Strikes out a ton. I mean, it's just not a good recipe to have. You can't have that if you're a guy like Soler. I'm not really a big fan of him. I wasn't really a fan of the trade when he got traded for Griffin Canning when he went to Atlanta. So they're probably going to put down Paris down in the minor leagues. And then they're probably going to DFA one of these guys. I'd probably say it would be Peraza, because Peraza kind of sucks now. Not really a big fan. And they'll probably try to sign. Here, who's on the market right now? As like a left fielder or like just like an outfielder. There are some guys that we can trade for. Like maybe a Gavin Lux. I mean, Gavin Lux isn't the greatest defender in the world, but he does strike out like an average rate. Also having a decent on-base percentage too. It's not showing it, but he played third base, left field. He played third base, left field, right field as well, second base. But he put up negative WAR. And this could be a time to like capitalize on his abilities. I'd say, because if he takes a decent number of walks, well, strike out that many times. We'll also try to cut down the strikeouts. It could be when you match me in heaven. I mean, he didn't really steal that many bases, but he is kind of fast for who he is. Don't know where that speed's really factoring in though. That's the thing. He's factoring somewhere. So we know that, they're trying to get some top guys, but like, if the Yankees aren't going to get Cody Bellinger, I think Cody Bellinger could be a Los Angeles Angel. That could be the best thing to happen. Like, that could happen. But again, they don't want to be stuck with a bad contract going into the lockout. So if you're looking for an outfielder who may or may not be left-handed, maybe try to get like a Max Kepler. You try, Max Kepler, he could be sneakily really good for them, while having a guy like Matthew Lugo only hit against lefties. I mean, his advanced hitting metrics are kind of smack dab in the middle. Played average defense, and he provides a lefty bat. So I mean, if he could get back on track, I mean, I don't know, you could just give him 1 year, see what he does. I wouldn't complain about that. You could also get Adam Frazier. Could be another utility guy. If you didn't bring in Vaughn Grissom, but he'd be perfectly fine too. I wouldn't be too mad at that. I mean, who else do you have? I mean, you have Dylan Carlson, Mike Tauchman. I mean, Tauchman's kind of old, but like I'm not sure if you want to go to the Angels at the same time. You have Jesse Winker, who plays terrible defense. He's probably DH. Probably wouldn't use him. I mean, you have Kyle Tucker, who I don't really know if the Angels would really target him. And then a guy that I would target, if I were them, would be Jake McCarthy. I mean, the hitting metrics aren't really great. I took a step back, but he is really fast. He doesn't strike out. He plays good defense. Those are 3 green flags, I'd say. That could give him a really high floor. And he is 28, so has some left in the tank. And then let's see if there's any news on like the draft or anything like that. Let's go spot check real quick. Sorry, it's kind of slow. Okay, so that's estimated right here. Alright, so Los Angeles Angels have a estimated $11 million. So, okay, so $11 million is kind of interesting here. The Rays have the most by anybody, and the Pirates have 18 million as well because they didn't sign their second rounder. But the Angels are all the way down at number 17. Same spot. I think that's the same spot where the Rangers were in. So if you're going to underslot, let's go spot check again. So if we have a guy who's probably going to get paid roughly $5 million, because last year, for example, the Rangers underslotted on Gavin Feen. Gave him $4.8 million, saved roughly $1 million. I would think the Angels would probably try to do the same. So if we go to the draft prospects, I think this is a good time. I wouldn't say they would try to get an overslot guy because of money purposes, but if they do, you gotta try to get someone that's like way down here, and not a pitcher like Gabe Yeakel, because he can't really throw strikes. So they're not gonna take a high schooler. Hopefully, I mean, they could probably take a guy like Jared Advancula. I mean, small ball guy. Kind of reminds me of Christian Moore a little bit, but like an anti-Christian Moore. And then you have guys like Chase Brunson. They could be underslotted for a first-round guy. You have Max Maloney out of Oregon. I think it's a decent comp right there. I mean, you have Jake Brown. So that kind of changes a lot. I mean, I actually think that's pretty accurate. like $11 million, could even be 12, and if you calculate it to 1.5%, you could probably try to get like 12 million out of that. I don't have a calculator on me, but whatever they do, they need to pay a guy 75% again to get some more value because they don't have that second pick anymore. And if they would have gotten that second pick, which was roughly around 10 million, I don't think that would make a difference. Because let me get my phone right here. So say you get like $5 million. I don't know the true number. So 5 million right here. And say you underslot, so 75% would be 3.75 million. That would have to be a guy like Graham Havoc, maybe. I don't know. Like if Logan O'Hoppe doesn't work out, maybe you try to go after a guy like him. It would be ideal because I know some teams need catching, but at the same time, like you have Von Lackey, and he'd probably be the first catcher off the board. I mean, you have Tyler Bell, who's a switch hitter, and then you have Eric Becker. This is what I want them to take because you're underslotting, right? And if you only have after that like 8.25 million, like you need to spend it wisely, man. You can't really get any high schoolers anymore. Like it's not really a good position to be in. Like especially with your second rounder being roughly around like 2 million, and but at the same time, like this Eric Becker is giving me like Will Wilson vibes. Like they took Will Wilson out of UNC as a shortstop. Then they traded him to the Giants because they didn't get rid of Zach Cozart, who was their third baseman, and they didn't get anybody back. I mean, not saying he's the same guy. Let's go to 2019 real quick. Loaded draft class too. I mean, not saying that he was the right pick, but he just like fell off after that. I mean, it wasn't ideal. I mean, the scale wasn't. I mean, didn't favor him, but like he did good for his first full season. I mean, it wasn't bad. A lot of extra base hit potential, and then he just kind of sucked. Like when he got to the Giants, rushed him a little bit. But I don't know. You can't really blame anybody for that. You can only blame the lockout, I guess. But I don't know. It's tough. I mean, not saying that they should have gone after a guy like Gunnar Henderson, but like I don't know. You gotta do what you gotta do. I can't really be mad at that. So I'm gonna go 15th. Unless you could have got Michael Bush, but like as a second baseman out of North Carolina. Unless you could, I mean, Jack Leiter was a high schooler. You had Brooks Lee, who was a high schooler. You had Michael Tolia. You had Chase Strumpf. You had. I mean, you had Kyron Paris. This is a good pick. I like Kyron Paris a lot. Then you had Bryce Osmond. This was in a different draft, so. And you had TJ too, so that kind of sucked. Shout out Anthony Volpe. And they actually drafted Spencer Jones in like the 39th round, but he had TJ, so they couldn't sign him, which was kind of unfortunate. They also drafted Jack and Hanwich in the third round, so I still think he has a ton of potential to just move to the bullpen, and it's all like Ryan Zefferson. They had, I mean, they could have gone with Hunter Brown, like out of Wayne State. I mean, this dude is a demon, bro. That dude turned into a good one. But yeah, it's kind of an interesting situation to be in with this projected draft pool, but hopefully the pool or like the projections actually go down. I mean, this kind of looks like the same pool as last year. I mean, let's see. So the pool last year, Baltimore had 19 million. Yeah, it's kind of the same. It's the same money, like, and then what was Texas like 17th? No, they were 16th. So yeah, the Tigers had more, but it's basically around the number as like the Pirates, kind of. And not saying that they should draft a high schooler, but like if you are like you got to get a good jump on them, let him develop a little bit, because you know well the lockout's probably gonna mess up the whole season. I'm not saying they should go all in for like a college pitcher, draft a full slot, but like you just need it. I wouldn't say like you need a guy who's gonna have good signability. You need the best player you can, honestly. I mean, and there are some really good high schoolers out there that are probably going to go to college at the end of the day, like Brady Harris, like Blake Bowen, like Trevor Condon. Like these three are going to probably all up ending going to college. And Will Brick literally reclassed so he could enter the draft, which probably is a good decision if Will Brick has a lot of money. Like guys like Javorsky Lane, like Joseph Contreras, like Landon Tomey, like it'd be really good for them if they would just go to college. I mean, Zion Rose would. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if they got Zion Rose, but like, he does strike me as a guy that could. I don't know. He could be a guy. They've drafted people like Reed Detmers out of Louisville from the first round before, right? Last year, this guy was decent. I mean, he had a decent on base percentage. Good. He showed a really good speed. You know what I'm saying? Played mostly left field. I wouldn't be mad if they drafted this guy, but like, I will like him to be more of a center fielder, I'd say. Not another right-handed bat, but like, but man, if he could just, I don't know, I just see something that the Angels are gonna do, but I can't prove it yet. Because I don't know, if they like the offensive ceiling, I'd bet they'd want to take a chance on him. So I'm either in between Zion Rose or Eric Becker. Because Eric Becker has a really balanced floor. And I think these guys play in like roughly the same competition. I mean, they played in Virginia, yeah, and UVA, and then one plays in Louisville, which is like, so that's the ACC. Oh, I'm still learning. I'm still learning this college baseball stuff. So he was decent, right? Really good slugging percentage, a lot of hits. Really good hit tool. But Zion Rose, oh yeah, he also plays in the ACC as well. So he actually caught it a little bit too, Zion Rose, which is kind of weird. Wouldn't really think he'd be catching. So UNC, Florida State, Clemson, Georgia Tech, Duke, Virginia, Wake Forest, Louisville, NC State, Notre Dame. Okay. I mean, it's not bad. I think said Boston College, dude. And University of Cal. He actually went to IMG Academy, too. Kind of weird. So he graduated in 2023. I think that's what it was, or 2024. I can't remember. But this dude could be a real threat though, like a 5-tool threat kind of type of thing. So he played all 53 games in left field. Hold on, let me look at average range factor. Huh. Lower RF9. I'm still learning, folks. So I think this only applies to like infielders. I think. I don't know. Interesting. So it's either in between Becker and Rose. So, and then we'll see who signs at third base. We'll see who they pick up in the rotation. We'll see if they cut Soler. We'll see what the Rendon crisis is like with his contract, and we'll see who gets in the who. Let's see who gets on the team. We'll see.